Hi guys, Righteous Raymond here, back again with a powerful dose of truth for the day. Today's video is going to be me telling you how you can change. How you can change. Some of you all have been stuck in a rut, stuck in a habit, especially a bad habit for a long time, and you want to change your life. You don't want to keep living the same year after year, having the same exact life. You want to have a new year. Now, that's a New Year's Eve party. You want an actual new year, okay? A new life. And so in order for you to make change, there are five stages of change. There are 5 stages of change. And this is according to an article I had to read for school, I think last year or this year. This is called Stages of Change by John Norcross, Paul Krebs, and James Prochaska. So I'm going to tell you of the 5 stages of change. The first stage is pre-contemplation. Think of, contemplation. Like I'm contemplating this particular thing. Thinking about doing this particular thing. Well, this is called pre-contemplation. So this is before you even get to thinking about something. Pre-contemplation is a stage in which there is no intention to change behavior in the foreseeable future. You have no plans to change, no intention to change anything in the foreseeable future. Let's talk about some things you might want to change. Let's say you say, I want to grow out my hair. I want to lose weight. I want to start dating. I want to clean my filthy room. I want to learn Spanish or something like that. So pre-contemplation is a stage where you're not even thinking about anything. You're just doing your life the way you've been doing it year after year. Nothing's changing. So pre-contemplation is a stage in which there is no intention to change behavior in the foreseeable future. Most patients in this stage are unaware or underaware of their problems. So let's say they are getting bigger, so they're gaining 20 pounds a year. They're not even knowledgeable of it. Let's say their house is getting junkier and they're hoarding more and more and they're not even aware of it, okay? They're not even aware or they're underaware of it. It's like, well, it's a little problem. It's not that bad. They're not even really aware of how bad stuff is and how bad it needs to change. Families, friends, neighbors, or employees, however, are often well aware that the pre-contemplators suffer from the problem. So the people around you are aware, like, she really needs to start disciplining her child. Her child is very wayward, or she really needs to get out of this bad relationship with this guy. He's very toxic, or she really needs to start, looking for a job because her finances are dwindling, okay? So the friends in your community see it, but you don't see it. So the community, they are often well aware that the pre-contemplators suffer from the problem. So you may be like with your other sibling or your other cousin, like, yeah, so-and-so, she got kind of toxic. You tell another coworker in the break room, yeah, so-and-so, he really needs to fire this girl. So other people see what the person don't see. The pre-contemplator does not see it. The second stage is the contemplation stage. The contemplation stage is the stage in which patients are aware that a problem exists. They're aware now. They're aware that, yeah, my child's behavior is very problematic. Yeah, I probably need to get out of this relationship. Yeah, my house needs to be clean. They are now aware that a problem exists, and they are seriously thinking about overcoming it. Like, I'm thinking I really may want to break up with him. Thinking I may put my child in a boarding school. I may hire a nanny, not a nanny, but a maid and a house organizer. So they're thinking seriously about overcoming it, but they have not yet made a commitment to take action. So before there was pre-contemplation, before thought, now they're in contemplation, which is they're just thinking about it. Like they're thinking about it, they've been talking about it, but they have not made a decision or a commitment to make an action, okay? Contemplators struggle with their positive evaluations of their dysfunctional behavior. They struggle with their positive evaluations of their dysfunctional behavior. So they say, it's not that bad. He's just a kid. Or my man, he's been through a rough time. Or he's lost his mom. He lost his grandma. That's why he act like this. So they're still making excuses for why stuff the way that it is. Let's say a woman wants to start breastfeeding her child. Well, he's just 1.5, or he's just 2 years old now, and he kind of needs me to breastfeed him because it helps him go to sleep better. So he's still struggling with positive evaluations of the dysfunctional behavior and the amount of effort, energy, and loss it will cost to overcome it. They're like, man, I want to change, but I'm going to cut out all my favorite sweets if I want to lose weight. I'm going to have to give up this particular fun activity. If you want to start drinking, I'm going to have to start going to bars with my friends. They're thinking about all the amount of effort, energy, and loss it will cost to overcome it. Number 3 is the preparation stage. Preparation is the stage in which individuals are intending to take action in the next month. Okay, so if they're not planning on doing it within the next month, so they say, "Oh, I'm gonna do it next year," and it ain't December yet, then that means they're not in preparation stage. It has to be something they're gonna do within the next month, and they are reporting some small behavioral changes or baby steps. Although they have made some reductions in their problem behaviors, like let's say they want to quit drinking altogether, but they say, okay, I'm cutting out whiskey, I'm cutting out vodka, I'm just doing a little wine cooler, at social gatherings. So they're doing a little small. Or my son, I'm not, really putting the the hammer down on him yet, but I do take away his phone privileges when he cusses me out or something like that. So they're doing little small baby steps. Although they have made some reductions in their problem behaviors, patients in the preparation stage have not yet reached a criterion for effective action. So let's say your friend was to start maybe breastfeeding. She may still be breastfeeding him like maybe once a week when he's really, really sad, or if he gets sick, she may breastfeed him just temporarily, but not like she used to do it every single night for no reason. All right. So they have not yet reached a criterion for effective action. The 4th stage is action stage. Action is the stage in which individuals modify their behavior, experiences, and or environment to overcome their problems. They're modifying behaviors. They put the guy out the house. They stopped going to bars. They took all their alcohol bottles at the house. They put the cabbage on the nipples. They say to drop the breast milk. They bought Similac or something like that in the house, or Enfamil, to stop them from breastfeeding. They put all the sweets out of the refrigerator. They threw all the snacks out. They threw all the sodas, all the sugary drinks out. So the action stage, they modify their behavior, experiences, and or environment to overcome their problems. Action involves the most overt behavioral changes and requires considerable commitment of time and energy. So for somebody who doesn't have a lot of time or energy, probably won't reach the action stage. Individuals are classified in the action stage if they have successfully altered the dysfunctional behavior for a period from 1 day to 6 months. So if you stopped it for 1 day, you ain't drinking 1 day, celebrate. You ain't drinking 6 months, celebrate. You were in the action stage. You kept the house clean. You stopped breastfeeding. You stopped calling your toxic ex-boyfriend. You've been at the gym, every week for 6 months. You are in the action stage because you've successfully altered the dysfunctional behavior for a period from 1 day to 6 months. And the final stage, which is very important, you have to keep this maintenance stage. That's the final stage, maintenance. That's a stage in which people work to prevent relapse. Okay, so if you know people who have chemical addictions, alcohol, other substances, they relapse. They relapse a lot. Okay, so the maintenance stage, they're working hard. They got to go to AA meetings. I think the first time they join AA, they're expected to go. That's Alcoholics Anonymous. They're expected to come the first 90 days every day. Every day for 3 months, they go to AA. They find a meeting somewhere. So they're working to prevent relapse and consolidate the gains attained during action. So they're celebrating. I'm in a group called Celebrate Recovery, where people who have chemical addictions and other issues, but some people in there have chemical addictions, and they get a chip like I'm gonna show y'all what they have here. They have these little chips they have for, you've been sober for, and I don't have a chemical problem. I have it for something else. 30 days, 60 days, 30, 60, 90, all the things, whatever. So this stage extends from 6 months to an indeterminate period past initial action. Remaining free of the problem and or consistently engaging in a new incompatible behavior for more than 6 months are the criteria for the maintenance stage. So yes, you all, I want you all to make a decision. Make a decision for something you want to change. And I want you to have somebody to help you go through these stages, okay? And then you'll see over time, every month, you'll see yourself getting better and better and better and better. The first 6 months, you are in that action stage. And after that, you're in the maintenance stage, okay? And before you know it, you'll be free of that particular toxic habit. Thank you all for watching. Again, this is the 5 stages of change by Norcross, Krebs, and Prochaska. Please follow and share. Bye-bye.